Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode from Ampro Engineering. This is a Tamiya King Cab. It was the answer that Tamiya had for the new stadium truck craze in RC in the early 90s. Now, ignoring the fact that they completely missed the mark on it, the King Cab is still a fantastic little truck that unfortunately has a number of parts that are needed for this vehicle that are simply difficult to get. One of those parts, as I've been told, is the front upright, this piece right here, people call it different things, and the front steering knuckle, this piece here. Unlike the front and rear stock control arms, these are molded in a fairly rigid plastic. Therefore, in hard impacts, they're susceptible to damage because they lack the give that other components on this truck have. So the good news is we now have the ability to replace them. I'm very proud to show the brand new Ampro front steering knuckles and the brand new Ampro uprights. One order comes with both of them. They are in fact held together with a little sprue, both for the knuckles as well as the uprights. They will require no extra hardware for the installation. Use all of your factory components and you'll have your King Cab or Monster Racer up and running in no time. I've gone to the liberty of disassembling this side already. Let's go ahead and put it back together. Before we begin, make sure that you have a 3mm, 4mm, and a 7mm drill bit. These are going to be used to drill out the pilot hole for the spindle here, for the upright pivot pin, and for the lower control arm mount. We'll start with the spindles. Go ahead and just break the sprue. We're going to get the 7mm bit and just very lightly ream this out here. Please note that although they're in yellow, they are available in many colors. Next, with the 4mm bit, you're going to want to drill out this hole through the knuckle. There we go. As well as the corresponding hole in the upright. Break this one apart here. The last holes we need to clean out are the pivot points on the uprights. Let's go ahead and push the axles through. All right, with the axle in, I'm going to go ahead and put in the ball stud. And just like the factory one, you'll put the nut in the whatever position that you want it in and take the ball stud and just snug it up. When it stops, it stops. If you want to put a little bit of thread lock there, you can. So we can start by putting the pin in and holding off for the knuckle. And this should require some fiddling of the axle to line everything up. And there we have it. C-clip on. Do make sure that you have your full range of motion and also make sure that there's no binding. You want it to, have a little bit of play in here. It doesn't have to be completely loose, but you just don't want to have this where it requires a lot of force to spin these two. If you do find that, just go ahead and shave a little bit off the bottom over here on some sandpaper and you should be good to go. Lower hinge pin. And again here, make sure that you don't have any binding. Uprights, upper screw in. And lastly, the tie rod end. So that assembly is completely in, and let's not forget to do the same to this side. Once you have both sides done, you are all ready to hit the track. Question is, are they more durable than the originals? Well, I would say that if your originals aren't broken, then I would leave them. If they're cracked or they have become broken over the course of driving the vehicle, then this would be a good option for you, as I do suspect the originals are going to be fairly pricey and a little bit harder to come by. You do not need to buy both the knuckle and the upright for this to work. You can simply buy one or the other and have them work with the original part. And the fitment should be pretty darn good. Well, folks, that's it. I do plan on bringing the King Cab back to the track pretty soon. I am absolutely loving this flexible front bumper. It has been awesome, especially this skid plate, which you can see is caked up with clay from NorCal Raceway. Comment below if you have any questions. All part numbers and links are in the description. Thank you all so much for watching. We'll see you next time.